morning. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 51. We are at Barefoot Beach in southwest Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. And if it weren't so foggy and gloomy, we'd have the sun rising in the east over the buildings and the trees. It's been on the verge of raining and super foggy this morning, so I'm not sure what to expect so far. But the birds have been singing us a beautiful song so far. Hopefully they stay friendly and chatty. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. I can't tell if they're getting along or not. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you. I get so distracted when animals are being cute. All right, well, at least they're not leaving us today. There are a bunch more here earlier. Good morning, everyone. The names are going quick. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow. Slow getting to see all of them, but thank you, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too, and good morning. Thank you for joining me. Yep, seeing a whole bunch more names. Glad everybody is taking the time out of their Valentine's Day to even join this morning. Thank you so much. We've got a swimmer out here already too. Happy Valentine's Day. Raina, you're making the live feed for the first time. Oh, and you're making the heart motifs. Wonderful. I have gotten so many comments of people telling me they made my hearts for their Valentines this year. And I am so happy to hear that. Somebody's making something from a video. Maybe you mean the sampler cowl. I had enough forethought this morning to bring both sampler cowls so you could see some of the similarities and differences between the knit and crochet one. And the reason I did that as well, oh, thank you. Thank you for the compliment about my braids. I love doing them. The back doesn't look good, but I figure I'm not putting my back to the camera, and I don't know what people see when I turn around, so as long as I don't walk around with two mirrors, I don't have to know that the back doesn't look good. So here is the knit one. These are, okay, just so for anybody who's new and doesn't know what I'm talking about, the sampler cowl, got a stick in here. I thought that was a crochet hook. Not a crochet hook. Okay, so the sampler cowls. Leah, do you have enough hair to do? How long is your hair? Because if your hair is long enough for French braids, I would love to figure out a way to help you, because it's not that hard once you get the hang of it to French braid your hair. So let me know. So the sampler cowls are done with a sampler kit of Be So Serene yarn, which is a sport weight, 100% organic cotton yarn that I hand dye in my studio, and I put together this 8-pack kit. Linda, I am on, but I wonder if anybody else could let her know. Sarah's interested too? Okay, so that's 2 people interested in learning how to braid your hair. I'd be happy to do it if people are interested. That's not a problem. Okay, so the sampler cowl is a kit of 8 small portions of different colors of the yarn that I hand dye, so that it ends up being the size of one ball of yarn, but you get 8 different mini colors in it. So this is what the knit one looks like, and it's garter stitch on a tie needle, so you get this garter stitch stripe, and then we drop stitches. Your comments on how to braid your hairline. Now that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I'd be happy to share with you. I'm always happy to share any bit of knowledge that I have. Anything that I've learned along the way and someone else doesn't know yet, I'm always happy to share what I know. Okay, so here's the crochet version, and you see it has, like I was talking about, the larger sections of the drop stitch. This is just single crochet through the back loop and chain 5, but you'll notice it's a little more dramatic than the one drop stitch on this one. Not that I don't love this one and I think it's beautiful, but sometimes it's fun to think about ways that you would improve on something so that you can do better the next time around. And although I love this one as is, because there are times I don't want something super duper lacy, I think this is really pretty for something that's a little more cozy and a little more warm, because it has less of the, oh shoot, Linda can't get the broadcast to play. Sorry about that. Someone asked about how I do the stripes, and I'll tell you that in a minute. I just wanted to quick go over this one more time, a little bit longer. So you see this one ends up being a lot longer because I did more holes in it, and so this one can double as well. So this one's done on a 5mm or H crochet hook. This one's done on a size 3 or 3.25mm knitting needles. So if you did this on a larger needle, you'd get it bigger as well. So if I did this on a 7 or an 8, which would be 4.5mm or 5mm, and did more drop stitches, I could make this one bigger like this one as well. So if I were to do a 3rd or 4th version of these, I think I would even do it differently than I've done it already. But that's me. And like I said, I still love both of these as well. So, then someone was asking about the stripes. Okay. So, regarding the stripes, in order to get... Thank you, Cebu. I see that you're a new joiner to the Yarn on the Beach broadcast. Thank you so much. Lily, yes, there are 8 colors that come in the kit. They're all very miniature balls because collectively they end up being the size of one solid color of Be So Serene yarn. And the way I do this striping is that one color offsets with another color, so that, see that here's the turquoise. This turquoise blends in with this color for half of it, and then the turquoise blends in with this color for half of it. So if you start the first stripe using only half a ball and then use all the other stripes using the whole ball, it offsets like bricklaying. Does that make sense? So you start with a half, so you start with a half next to a hole, and so then the next hole starts halfway up, and the next hole starts halfway up and halfway up, so that at the end you have that last half of a ball, so you finish up with the half of the ball at the end. So that's how you get the stripes to offset and stripe even more. Now, having said that, I've seen several people do totally different stripe sequences, and there is no wrong way to stripe this. So you don't have to stripe it the way I did either. You could do each color solid. You could do each stripe just stripe, stripe, stripe. You could do it like Fibonacci color striping. Has anybody heard of that before? If you're not familiar with Fibonacci, it's a way of, oh, how am I going to describe this? It's a way of counting where you start with 1, then you double it to 2. No. I forget. But if you Google it, Fibonacci is changing the number of stripes as you go. And then you could do stripes in sequences of 1, 2, 3. 1 row of the first color, 2 rows of the second, 3 rows, 4 rows. I mean, you can stripe in any number of ways and make 10 of these, and each one would look differently. So even working in such basic stitches as garter stitch and single crochet and chain, there's even 100 different ways you could make this look just by changing the way you stripe it, even randomly striping it. There's lots of great ways. Now, I apologize. I've probably missed several comments and questions along the way here, so if I missed something and you want to repeat it, go right ahead. DJ prefers crochet. Nothing wrong with that. There is no right or wrong way to knit or crochet. There's no wrong way to be creative, right? Hello, Simone from Germany. Thanks for joining us today. It's not cold here, but it's a little bit gloomy today. Thank you, Diane. She says both of them are beautiful. I appreciate it. Thank you. What else did I bring today? Yes, Brenda, they are pretty for spring. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Edna. Thank you for joining. Oh, here's something else I brought. Amanda, what pattern would I recommend for a blanket for someone who struggles to complete projects? You know, one of the ways that I have taught people to crochet many times over the year is to just make a granny square that doesn't end. What I mean is you start a granny square, and you know how once you understand the shaping in the corners, you just keep going and going and going. And I feel like that is one of the best ways to teach somebody how to crochet, because not only do they get so much practice and they get so much satisfaction, because the more time they spend on it, the bigger the finished project is. One of my friends actually made, from her first project, first time picking up a crochet hook, made an Afghan to put on her daughter's bed that was a queen size bed. That was her first project. And it wasn't because she learned some crazy skills right off the bat. She just learned granny stitch, or granny square. But because it is so easy to memorize the pattern as you go, you can make it as large as you want. So I feel like that's a really great way for someone to learn how to crochet. Yeah, corner to corner is another fun way to make blankets too. And what's fun about corner to corner is that as you grow it, it's exciting. But then once you, oh, I want to reply to that too, Vilik. Once you start decreasing, the rows get quicker, and it's a lot of reward and satisfaction in that as well. Vilik was saying that it's bothersome that people are so divisive between knitting and crochet, and I have to say I agree. I think there are far bigger things to worry about in this world, whether it's better to knit or crochet. But having said that, whatever anyone prefers, there's nothing wrong with it. And I often feel bad when crocheters have to defend themselves for the fact that they don't knit too. I happen to do both, but I happen to love both, and I have zero problem with anybody who does one or the other and not both. I hope no one ever feels pressure from me to do one and not the other. Now, having said that, sometimes it's wonderful to get inspired by a specific project that you say, oh my God, I can't live without that project, and now I need to learn that technique. And I feel like when people ask me, it's a question I get very often. I love to crochet and I've tried to knit many times and I can't, or vice versa. I love to knit and I've tried to crochet many times and I can't. I might have said that backwards, sorry. Or I might have repeated it the wrong way the second time. But what I like to tell people is that when the right project comes along and you tell yourself, I don't care what technique that is, I've got to have that. And when you get that fire in your belly and that passion and just longing for something, you'd be amazed at how much more your mind is open to learning it. And I do feel like when you find that project that speaks to you, it will be much easier to learn. So I think as long as you stay on the lookout for stuff like that, I think learning something new is always easier. Oh, the Fibonacci. A few people have spelled Fibonacci on there. I think it's Fibonacci. I think I've missed a whole side conversation going on. That's okay. Hopefully everyone's getting the information that they need. Oh, black Bigelow, cinnamon, and blackberry. That sounds really good, Jenny. And I have been asked what I'm drinking. I am drinking green tea with lemongrass and mint again today, and I have a little extra lemon juice in it. and hoping to make some lemonade later today. Either I made some extra syrups this weekend. I have the lavender syrup for making lemonade, but I also made a ginger syrup for lemonade, and gonna make it with one of those today. Oh, Shirley knits tops and put crochet edgings and frills on them. Yeah, I love combining them too. Combining them is really fun. Oh, someone's going to be teaching. Sabrina, ginger syrup is amazing. You do it differently than the lavender. The lavender, it's steeped, not boiled. And with the ginger, you actually boil the ginger in the syrup. And man, is it spicy, but spicy in a really good way. Oh my gosh, Rebecca, you're still out of power in Puerto Rico. I'm so sorry to hear that. I agree, Amanda. I don't ever want to see knitting and crochet go away. Not in my lifetime. And I'll do everything in my power to keep it going while I'm still alive. Good morning, Kimberly. Sorry for anybody I didn't say your name today. I apologize. I can't believe the birds stayed with us the whole time today. It's great. Edna gave crochet hearts Valentine's to her friends. I'm so happy to hear that. That's wonderful. I gave away a few myself, and I've gotten so many wonderful comments from people that did that. That's so great. I'm glad they were happy. Yes, Yvette, it is very gloomy today. I almost didn't even come down to the beach. Almost did our plan B on the pavilion. It looked very close to rain. It was extremely foggy on the way down. Oh, the other update. Thank you, Sarah. Naris, no, it's Fibonacci. Oh, Raina, that sounds fun. Yeah, I agree, Linda. I don't think crafts are going away anytime soon, but I will certainly do my part as long as I can. I wanted to show you that I have finished both of the headbands, but obviously they're not ready yet. I still have to block them and all that good stuff. I missed the comment about the impact of knitting and crocheting on the beach. The question I get asked the most, though, is doesn't the sand bother you? And it does not bother me. I usually sit on a blanket like I am today. Let's see if I can turn that down. You can see that's my blanket. It's an old wool blanket from my grandparents that it's been in my family for many, many years. Good morning.
I checked your blog yesterday.
Oh yeah, did you watch on the video yesterday?
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. Yes. Good to see you. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Now, are we going to be there?
Yep. Yep.
I have to watch it today now.
Yeah. You'll see yourself on there today. Yes, they are sweet ladies. I've been talking to them, oh gosh, for about a month now. They're probably visiting. Kimberly, I just use my iPhone. I have, someone asked the other day what app I use. It's just the regular YouTube app. There's an option to upload a video, go live, or make a post. And that's all I do. So I go live. It's super, super easy. So here's the crochet one, obviously not blocked yet. This is crochet Tunisian double crochet. So they're both done. And I just have to block them and photograph them and do the pattern and the video and all that jazz, and we will have them up on my website. Oh, I got halfway through. Kimberly, yes, all of my tutorial videos are done on my iPhone as well. Maybe one or two on my iPad, because I've heard that it has a better camera, but I'm still trying to figure that out because it's still more convenient for me to just do everything on my phone. I've used other cameras over the year, but I find that my phone is the easiest one to use. yes, Tunisian crochet will work with acrylic yarn. I don't think that there's any technique that wouldn't work with any yarn. If it's yarn and it's stitching, I think they're all pretty much interchangeable, given the fact that there are ways to tweak different things. Brenda, I do have a knit pattern for fingerless gloves. I don't believe I have a crochet pattern on my website for one right now. I have some in books. Darlene, yeah, I encourage you to give either one of them a try again. She hasn't knit and crocheted in a while. Well, Tunisian crochet, to do a lot of stitches, you do need a special hook, Jenny, but if you want to just give it a try and you do a small amount of stitches like doing a swatch, you can absolutely give Tunisian a try on a regular crochet hook. And I like the fact that you don't have to invest before just trying. Do I have a set of yarn and pattern for the knitted cowl? I'm assuming you mean this one, and yes, all of that's on my website, and there's links to my website in the video description of this video. This would be the Serene sampler kit and also the Serene cowl that is knit and crocheted. Edna wants to know what I'm working on today. I did not bring a project that's going with me today because I was afraid it was raining. It was going to be raining, so I brought these in-progress projects, the headbands to show, and I've got a bunch of yarn to wind today and new yarns going up in my shop today, new colors of Be So Sporty. So if you sign up for my newsletter on my website, I don't know if any of you have done that, that will be the first place that I'll announce when they're live. And then if you go to my website and look at Be So Sporty yarn, there'll be a bunch more colors in the shop in a couple of hours. Photos are already done. I just need to get the photos up there and get the yarn wound, so that will be up today. What else? Oh, and I'm going to start getting ready to dye Be So Bold yarn today. I'm have a whole new batch of those to dye, but Be So Sporty will be in the shop today. There goes a bunch more birds. But we're going to have to cut today's broadcast a little bit short. Got a lot going on this morning, and I've run out of time now. So let's take a minute here to soak in this beautiful view. We didn't even chat about the colors today. Even though it's gloomy, it's still a beautiful color palette. And the birds add so much more excitement to the scene. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to share a few minutes with me this morning. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Give your loved ones an extra hug today. If we all have those moments when we forget things. Oh, I think there's some birds that want to say Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Look at all these guys. Hi guys. Look at them. They're gonna go nuts in a minute. There's people coming by. Well, I know they wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day too. Give your loved ones an extra hug today. There's no such thing as a dress rehearsal. Every day is live. Every day counts. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.